Hiya, welcome to episode 2 of Johnny Talks. The title of this episode is Atheist Bullshit. Specifically when it comes to the upcoming blasphemy referendum here in Ireland. So atheists they've pretty much called for this referendum. They want blasphemy to be taken out of the Irish Constitution. Now, what is blasphemy? Blasphemy is the action or offence of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, profane talk. This is an example. He was detained on charges of blasphemy. So profanity, fanasis. I can't even speak. Sorry. Sacrilege. Swearing, cursing, taking the Lord's name in vain. So that's just a description of what blasphemy is about. So atheists have pushed for and called for a referendum to take place in Ireland to remove blasphemy from the Irish Constitution. To be specific, right now in Ireland, blasphemy is a criminal offence. It's a criminal offence right now. Now I'm going to tell you why it's bullshit very shortly. But first let me get this up here now. Okay, so this is what the referendum is proposing. Okay, so the present legal position. At present, the Constitution says that publishing or saying something blasphemous, which again is something as simple as cursing, swearing, or using the Lord's name in vain, like saying Jesus Christ, is an offensive punishable under law. Is an offence punishable under law. Blasphemy is currently a criminal offence. The referendum will decide if the Constitution should continue to say that publishing or saying something blasphemous is a criminal offence. If the referendum is passed, the Oireachtas will be able to change the law so that blasphemy is no longer a criminal offence. What a load of bullshit. This, by the way, this referendum is costing between 3 to 4 million euro just to remove one piece of wording in an extremely outdated criminal offence. I mean, sorry, it's early in the morning, so I'm not putting my words together efficiently here. So an atheist an atheist is somebody who does not believe in a God. So these atheists, specifically Atheist Ireland, have been pushing for this referendum to remove the wording in the Irish Constitution that makes blasphemy a criminal offence. And that referendum is going to cost the Irish taxpayer between 3 to 4 million euro. So it offends atheists so much. This extremely outdated piece of wording in the referendum offends atheists so much that they want a referendum to be held to no longer make blasphemy a criminal offence. I mean, here's why I think it's complete bullshit. Do you know anybody in your life who has ever been charged, prosecuted, questioned, arrested, brought to jail for using the Lord's name in vain, or for cursing, like Jesus fucking Christ? Who has ever been arrested for that? Do you know anybody in your life right now who has been arrested because of blasphemy? It is absolutely hilarious. It is extremely outdated. I mean, quite simply, hello, I have no games. Hello to you. This is episode 2 of Johnny Talks. And I'm talking about atheists. And I'm talking about their bullshit, specific to an upcoming referendum that will take place in Ireland at the end of this month. It's a referendum on blasphemy. Blasphemy is when you use the Lord's name in vain and stuff like that. These atheists, they want the wording in the Irish Constitution to be removed to no longer make blasphemy a criminal offence, and I just think it's a waste of Irish taxpayers' money. It's a waste of people's time, and it's just not that important. Like, I would be in favour of actually removing this from the referendum, but do I want to pay, like, do I agree with 3 to 4 million euro of taxpayers' money to be spent on it? No. Do I think that it's that offensive? No. Do I know anybody who has ever been arrested because of blasphemy? No. It's complete bullshit. I heard a story there recently where an atheist got really upset because a priest wouldn't allow him to become godfather of a child. And I just found that absolutely hilarious. If you're an atheist, you don't believe in a god, why the hell would you want to be a godfather? It's in the fucking name. Godfather. Why would you want to even be part of a Christian celebration, a Christian ceremony? If you're an atheist, it's a ceremony. It isn't some sort of party. Okay, you want to go to the party afterwards, fair enough, but you don't expect a priest to perform the ceremony of making you godfather if you don't believe in a god. It is just absolutely hilarious. Now again, I don't want to talk about other things in this video. I am keeping this specific to this upcoming blasphemy referendum that will be held at the end of this month, where atheists are pushing to have the wording removed in the Irish Constitution that makes blasphemy a criminal offence. So atheists no longer want a criminal offence, which is absolutely hilarious. I mean, how about making not paying your TV licence no longer a criminal offence? I'd be all for that. I'd be all for that. How about making, if you don't pick up your dog's shit, you will no longer, that will no longer be a criminal offence? I'd be all for that, but blasphemy? I mean, just hear yourself saying it. Blasphemy. You can almost picture yourself back in the 1900s, or the 1600s, for fuck's sake. It's absolutely hilarious that something that's so outdated and that doesn't ever get enforced by law actually offends these atheists. This is just another thing for the atheists to destroy religion. You see, no, I'm not going to talk about other things in this episode. I keep my episodes specific. I keep them as specific as I possibly can. An atheist is somebody who does not believe in a god. An atheist has no business attacking a religion, in my view. If you choose not to believe in a god, that's understandable. But you don't go around attacking religion and attacking God and attacking people who have faith. So this blasphemy referendum, it's just another excuse, opportunity for atheists to destroy religion. Now, I'm talking about religion and institutions and Catholic churches, the Catholic Church in another episode. I am very opinionative about that. I have a lot to say about, organised religion and institutions and the Catholic Church, but I just these atheist activists just annoy me. They really fucking annoy me. If you don't believe in a God, good for you. Good for you. I don't need to know that. I don't care. That's your personal belief. Whatever. You don't need to go around and set up Atheist Ireland and go around your little stalls and promote the fact that you're an atheist. I mean, Jesus Christ, you're almost a religion in your own fucking right by doing that. The hypocrisy is absolutely hilarious. The irony is absolutely hilarious. So I've got a real problem with these activist atheists. I have all the respect in the world for... Hello C, how are you? Welcome to episode 2 of Johnny Talks. I'm talking about atheism bullshit, specifically in relation to an upcoming referendum that will be held in Ireland, where these atheists want to change the Irish constitution, the wording in the Irish constitution that makes blasphemy a criminal offence. And I find it absolutely hilarious. I find it absolutely hilarious that they find that wording so offensive that they want to have taxpayers, Irish taxpayers, pay 3 to 4 million euro to have that wording removed. I mean, again, does anyone here know of anybody who's ever been arrested for using the Lord's name in vain? No, because it is extremely outdated. I mean, I even heard the Catholic Church are even willing to remove this. That's how bizarre this situation has actually become. That's how bizarre these activist atheists actually are. And again, I have all the respect in the world for atheists. I personally know atheists, but they're not people who they're not annoying people. They just don't believe in a God. They don't go around saying, they just don't start these debates. They don't shove it in your face that there is no God, or they don't just try to take down religion every opportunity they have. And this is what these atheists are doing. This is what Atheist Ireland is doing. They're doing everything in their power to take down religion, specifically the Catholic Church, which again I will talk about in another episode. It is complete bullshit that Irish taxpayers have to pay between 3 to 4 million euro just to have the most outdated law in the Constitution changed. It doesn't affect anybody. It doesn't affect anybody. You had this representative from Atheist Ireland on media there recently, and she was given an example of some foreign country where blasphemy, is a punishable act, and that people really get punished there for blasphemy. Well, I'm sorry, I'll say it as it is. This is Johnny Talks. This is fucking Ireland. Okay? Let the governments of those countries, let the UN, let the European Union, let whoever deal with that. This is Ireland. I don't know anybody who has ever been stoned to death in the middle of Patrick Street in Cork City for saying the Lord's name in vain. I have yet to see that. I have yet to actually see that or hear that. So it's absolutely hilarious. These atheists are so offended the Irish referendum, or the Irish constitution, that they have to have a referendum held to no longer make it a criminal offence to say the Lord's name in vain. It's going to cost the Irish taxpayer €3 to €4 million. So again, like, this is the present legal position of blasphemy in the Irish Constitution. At present, the Constitution says that publishing or saying something blasphemous is an offence punishable under law. Blasphemy is currently a criminal offence. The referendum will decide if the Constitution should continue to say that publishing or saying something blasphemous is a criminal offence. If the referendum is passed, the Oireachtas will be able to change the law so that blasphemy is no longer a criminal offence. Just listen to how absolutely hilarious that sounds. Punishable, criminal offence. I mean, criminal. The word criminal in relation to blasphemy. Let me tell you what blasphemy is. Once again, I'll call out the definition of blasphemy here again. I'll keep it short and simple. So blasphemy, the action or offence of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things. An example would be swearing, curse, and using or taking the Lord's name in vain. Taking the Lord's name in vain is me saying Jesus Christ, or oh my God. Think of how many people on a daily basis, especially this generation, oh my God, did you see what Kim Kardashian said? Oh my God. So have any of those people ever been arrested? Well, they should be arrested for watching the Kardashians, but that's another fucking story. Has any of those people been arrested? You see, I know it's in the Irish Constitution that it's a criminal offence, but is that affecting anybody? No, it's not, because it's not enforced by law. There is no Garda in Ireland. There is no intelligent, logical Garda in Ireland who is actually going to enforce that law. And they could be the biggest, religious person in the world. They could be, they could be carrying a life-sized fucking cross around their neck, okay? And they still wouldn't enforce that law because they know how bizarre it is. Even the Catholic Church themselves are in favour of actually rewording this law in the Constitution. The only people that seem to be offended by this are atheist Ireland. And you've got to wonder why. You've got to wonder, are they even genuinely offended by it? Or is it just another way for atheists to destroy religion? You see, these are what I like to call activist atheists. Just like you have the Muslim community, and then you have activist Muslims. Like, they are genuine atheists. They are genuine, nice, happy, peaceful atheists who just don't get religion, who just don't believe in religion. It's just not for them. It just makes sense to them. And they're cool people. And then you have these activist atheists who, it's not about not believing in a God, it's about destroying God himself and destroying religion and church and the laws surrounding it. This is just another way for atheist Ireland to attack the Catholic Church. That's what it is. And hey, I'll attack the Catholic Church in due time. Don't you worry. That would be in an episode of Johnny Talks. Don't you? I got a lot to say about the Catholic Church. Don't you worry about that. I ain't some religious freak. Okay, and I'll talk about my views on religion too in due time. But this is what it is. This is atheist Ireland using this blasphemy referendum to attack the Catholic Church. That is what it is. I mean, is anybody actually offended by this? Is anybody actually offended that in the Irish Constitution it is stated that blasphemy is a criminal offence? Does that actually bother anybody? How could it possibly bother anybody? It's not enforced by law.
It's written down in a piece of paper that was written over 100 years ago. I mean, come on. Look at how things have changed in 100 years. Just think about it. I mean, there's a very old jail in Cork, Cork City, where I live. It's called the Old Women's Jail. Well, it probably has an official name. It used to be called Cork Jail, I think, but it's now just known as Cork Women's Jail. Okay, that was a jail many years ago. I would probably presume over 100 years ago. There were people arrested for stealing a loaf of bread. For stealing a loaf of bread, they were arrested and they were brought to jail. If somebody stole a loaf of bread today, the fat manager inside the store wouldn't be bothered his arse off to even chase them out the fucking store, let alone get them arrested and bring them to jail. I mean, there is a lot of stuff in the Irish Constitution that is outdated, I would presume. But should it actually offend anybody? Should we all be offended by this? Here's something to be offended by: the homeless crisis. Thousands and thousands and thousands of homeless people, homeless families, you know, who are living in hotels because they've lost their home, they lost their job, and they've got, you know, young kids living in hotel rooms. And that's families, that's homeless families. And then you have, you know, men and women, and even young adolescents who are literally sleeping rough on concrete floors. How about get offended by that? Like, I'm not saying there's something in the Irish Constitution that is making that happen. Maybe there is, I don't know. How about get offended by that? I mean, I just think the world today just gets offended by such stupid things. But here's the thing: I don't actually know anybody who was actually offended by this blasphemy law in the Irish referendum. I don't know anybody who is. Apart from atheists or activists. I will now refer to them as activist atheists, because I have all the respect in the world for a genuine atheist. I do. I mean, I'm borderline atheist. I'm not going to lie, I am borderline atheist. I've got a very unique stance on religion, but I am more or less borderline atheist myself. So I've all the respect in the world for atheists, but I don't have any respect for these activist atheists, because these activist atheists have only one thing in mind, and that is attacking religion and attacking God and attacking the church. There is a difference between not believing in something and attacking it. I've got a lot to say, actually. Well, seeing as the title of the video is called Atheism Ireland, I will actually call these motherfuckers out. These atheists, I actually had a conversation with Activist Ireland, which sorry, did I say Activist Ireland? Atheist Ireland, which are pretty much activist atheists. They had their little stand, and I went up to the stand and I spoke to an activist atheist, and everything he was talking to me about involved the Catholic Church. Everything was the Catholic Church, the Catholic Church, the Catholic Church. Why we need to attack the Catholic Church, according to him. And he was bringing up all these points, you know, to do with Catholic schools, and of course, you know, paedophile priests, and all of this, right? Catholic Church, Catholic Church, Catholic Church, Catholic Church. Now bear in mind, an atheist is somebody who does not believe in a God. And I was intrigued how he didn't mention other religions and the dangers of other religions. I mean, look at the Muslim religion. Look how dangerous that religion can be. Look at the damage that it has caused. At the end of the day, you cannot deny that. You cannot deny that. I'm not saying that every single Muslim hijacks planes and flies them into tall towers. But what I am saying is that every single one of those terrorists were believing that they were doing it for Allah, and they were following the Quran in their own warped view. But ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and all the terrorism we see is all connected to the Quran, and it's all connected to the Muslim religion. Whether you want to accept that, whether you want to get offended by that, whatever, I don't really care, but it's the truth. What you're hearing is the truth. I am not saying that every single Muslim is a terrorist. I'm not saying that every single Muslim flies planes into buildings and bombs people, but I am saying that the people who did felt that they were doing it in the name of Allah, and they were following the word in the Quran. And look how dangerous that is then. Yet Atheist Ireland has nothing to say about that, and they get very uneasy when you mention it to them. And again, I would believe, I mean, I'm led to believe that an atheist is somebody that doesn't believe in a God, and they were very vocal about the Catholic Church, but had really nothing to say about the Muslim religion. So that's another example of atheism bullshit. That's another fine example of atheism bullshit right there. An Atheist Ireland who will happily attack and bash and do everything they possibly can in their power to bring down the Catholic Church, but when you talk about the Muslim religion to them, they've got nothing to say. They get uneasy. They avoid it in every possible way. They'll probably even call you. They'll probably even say, that's very offensive. They probably will, and I'd say, oh really? What about poor Mary there who goes to mass every Sunday behind you? She's in tears over you. What about her? What about offending her? What about offending her religion? You know, and I love doing that. I love reverse psychology. I love psychology. I should have done a course in psychology, to be quite honest with you. Actually, it's never too late, actually. I might even do it. I love psychology. I love using psychology against people. I really do, because if you're going to stand there and call yourself Atheist Ireland, okay, you don't believe in a God, you don't believe in religion, it's all bullshit. Oh, it's bringing so much damage to the country. You're going to stand there and attack the Catholic Church, but as soon as another religion gets brought up, another God gets brought up, and the dangers of that religion, you have nothing to say about it. You go quiet. And you would pretty much accuse me of being offensive to the Muslim community, but you have no problem being offensive to the Catholic Church. And you want to talk about paedophilia within the Catholic Church. Muhammad was a paedophile. Full stop. That prophet was a paedophile. Muhammad was a paedophile. Let me say that again. Live on YouTube. Freedom of speech. Muhammad was a paedophile. So you're going to bring up, when you look at the size of the Catholic Church and you look at the amount of priests around the world, you're going to bring up a handful of paedophile priests, okay, and a handful of people within the Catholic Church who protected them, and you're going to bring down an entire institution because of that. But when I mentioned that Muhammad, the prophet of the Muslim religion, was a paedophile, you don't want to hear about it. No, if that isn't the atheism bullshit, I don't know what is. I really don't know. But to bring this back to the point, again, blasphemy is the action or offence of speaking sacrilegiously about God or sacred things, including swearing, cursing, and taking the Lord's name in vain. Right now, in the Irish Constitution, blasphemy is a criminal offence. And this is the present legal position. At present, the Constitution says that publishing or saying something blasphemous is an offence punishable by law. Blasphemy is currently a criminal offence. The referendum will decide if the Constitution should continue to say that publishing or saying something blasphemous is a criminal offence. If the referendum is passed, the Oireachtas will be able to change the law so that blasphemy is no longer a criminal offence. And right now, Atheist Ireland, or activist Atheist Ireland, they want to change the Constitution, change the wording of the Constitution to no longer make blasphemy a criminal offence, because it obviously offends atheists so much that this is in the Irish Constitution, even though I don't know anybody who has ever been charged for blasphemy. ever. And this referendum is costing the Irish taxpayer between 3 to 4 million euro. Imagine where that money could go. Right now, somebody can dip into an account somewhere and take 3 to 4 million euro out and put it into a fucking referendum that is complete bullshit. But there are thousands of homeless people all over this country who would love a warm, comfortable bed, a hot meal, clean clothes, and clean hot water. And again, 3 to 4 million euro is being put into the most stupidest referendum that has ever come into this country. Can you imagine the men and women who fought for this country, who fought for the rights of men and women in this country, fought for independence? Can you imagine how they must be feeling right now? 3 to 4 million euro put into change wording that is absolutely unnecessary. Imagine how they must be feeling, turning in their graves right now. They would be absolutely turning in their graves right now. They would be. It is stupid. Now, I will admit that this video has been pretty much the wording in this video has been all over the place compared to episode 1. That's because it's pretty early in the morning here, and I have to be in work shortly enough. I gotta leave for work in an hour's time. But I you know, I felt at the same time though that I did keep my point specific. You know, so atheism bullshit, you know, in relation to this blasphemy referendum. These atheists, they get so offended that at present blasphemy is a criminal offence, even though it's never ever been enforced. That law has never been enforced. I don't know anybody who has ever been arrested because of blasphemy. But yet atheists are so offended by this law that they're pushing for this. Well, it's happening anyway. They're not pushing for it. It's happening at the end of this month. I think it's the 26th of this month in Ireland. They want the Irish constitution to be changed to make blasphemy no longer a criminal offence. And I call it bullshit. It's bull. Not only because 3 to 4 million euro of Irish taxpayers' money is put into it, but because they're not offended by it. It isn't something that offends them. It's just a way that they can destroy the Catholic Church, the way they can destroy religion. And they're going to have so much fun. I'm going to have so much fun. In fact, I'm actually going to, and as I said, I have no problem whatsoever removing this from the blasphemy. I do think it's outdated, but I'm not offended by it. I'm going to have so much fun. Because what this means is, let's say I was the biggest practicing Catholic in the world, and the Catholic religion was so important to me and valuable to me, and I went to Mass every Sunday morning, and I basically, like, my faith was everything. Let's pretend that, okay? And then you could have this atheist coming up to me, and out of pure spite, you know, says just says the most hurtful things ever, like, you know what I mean? This blasphemy. Oh, how could Jesus walk in water? Oh, you're crazy, and all this blasphemy, right? Well, I cannot wait then to go to the Muslim community. Did you know your Prophet Muhammad was a paedophile? I cannot wait to do that. And I wonder how long it will take then for me to be accused of all sorts. Racism, even though it technically makes no sense, because racism involves the person's race, not their religion. Does that mean if a Muslim uses blasphemy against me and it's no longer a criminal offence, does that mean then that I can accuse him of being racist? You see how we can use psychology against people? So I'm looking forward to the outcome of this referendum. I'm looking forward to when blasphemy is no longer a criminal offence, even though it's never been enforced anyway. But I cannot wait to have fun with the Muslim religion. make fun of Muhammad, Allah. I mean, oh my God, I mean, Allah is such a nice guy, isn't he? He wants people to be blown to smithereens for him. What a great God he is. And Muhammad, God, what a role model for kids. What a role model for, I mean, imagine young kids, you know, praying to Muhammad. Muhammad was a paedophile. What a great role model he is. Yeah, I mean, at least Jesus was turning water into wine and making multiple loaves of bread and fish and bringing people back from the dead. What did Muhammad do? Molest a child and marry her. So I can't wait. Bring it on, Atheist Ireland. Come on, remove blasphemy as a criminal offence for the referendum. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens when you do that. I'm going to have so much fun. I'm going to have so much fun. But 36 minutes into this video, I don't think I have anything else to say apart from wrapping it up. So the reason I titled this video Atheism Bullshit is because I want to call out their bullshit in relation to the upcoming blasphemy referendum that will be held at the end of this month, where the atheists want to remove blasphemy as a criminal offence because it offends them so much. This referendum is going to cost the Irish taxpayer between 3 to 4 million euro, and I call bullshit on the whole thing because nobody has ever been charged with blasphemy. Nobody has ever been arrested. Maybe a long time ago, but I don't know. I mean, I take the Lord's name in vain probably 100 times a day, if not more, and I do it in public. Nobody has ever charged me for that, questioned me for that, arrested me for that, never done time for it. What are you in here for? I said the Lord's name in vain 10 times in a row. Oh, we got an OG here, you know? I mean, come off the fucking stage. I mean, wake up and smell the bullshit. Again, wake up and smell the bullshit. This is Atheism Ireland trying to bring down religion. That's what it is. And it's only one religion they're interested in bringing down, and it's the Catholic Church. Because you talk to an atheist in Ireland about the Muslim religion, and they will have very little, if anything, to say about that religion, without being very politically correct and careful. But they're not politically correct and careful when they're bashing the Catholic Church, are they? So it's complete bullshit. There's a lot more important things happening in Ireland right now, including the homeless crisis. That is something to be offended by. That is something to change. Maybe there is something in the Constitution that can be changed. I don't know the Constitution very well. I don't read the Constitution very well. I don't know, but I do know that there's a lot more serious things happening in Ireland right now than an outdated law that is never enforced, which is what blasphemy is. It's an outdated law. It's never enforced. Nobody ever gets arrested for saying the Lord's name in vain, for fuck's sake. But nonetheless, at the end of the month, there will be a referendum held where we have the option to remove blasphemy as a criminal offence in the Irish Constitution. And 3 to 4, I mean, it's amazing, absolutely amazing, when you hear about a single mother who's struggling to look after her kids or herself, or to, you know, maybe she's living in a tent somewhere or whatever, and I mean, you could hear about this on a radio talk show, and 5 minutes in, who's this? 2 seconds, sir. Hello. I'm in the middle of episode 2 of Johnny Talks. If you want to be a quick guest. Well, I have it live here now at the moment.
I'm not playing it. I'm not playing it. Well, you're on loudspeaker now, Anthony. You're on it whether you like it or not. Okay, you're on loudspeaker. I'm going to put you up to the microphone. Anthony, this is my good buddy, Anthony, right? Anthony, what do you think about this blasphemy referendum?
I think it's absolutely private shite. And I never heard of it like it. Like, it's an absolute waste of time to go to have a vote over that. Then again, it's also a waste of time to vote an Irish president because he does absolutely nothing. Or she. Also. But this whole voting thing comes at the end of this month. It's that. You have a blasphemy election and you have a presidential vote. And both of them are just absolute hypocrisy. Both of them in this country don't do nothing.
And Anthony, let me ask you a question as well. Have you ever, or have you known anybody who has ever been charged, questioned, arrested or brought to jail for taking the Lord's name in vain?
Not one.
So does it offend you that right now in the Irish Constitution it is a criminal offence to use blasphemy? Does that offend you?
No pun intended. Oh Jesus Christ, no.
And do you agree, considering that we have an extensive homeless crisis in this country, do you agree that the Irish taxpayer is paying 3 to 4 million euro to change one word in the Irish Constitution in relation to the blasphemy referendum?
Yeah. It's absolutely so hypocritical that they're actually paying so much money out on daft things rather than putting it where it's actually needed.
So my great buddy Anthony, you know, you heard him, what he had to say about it. He agrees with me, and I'm sure there's many other people who would agree with both of us as well. And
sorry everyone, I can't give you a better response.
No, it's
you caught me on the hop.
I caught him on the hop. That's what it was. But as I was saying,
That's Marley's opinion on it in the background.
See, even Marley, Anthony's dog, is finds this whole thing bullshit. But the biggest thing of all that I find bullshit about atheism in Ireland is when you talk to them about the Muslim religion and how dangerous that religion has and will continue to be, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it, and they'll even turn around and probably even say, "Oh, that's offensive to the Muslim." But what about poor Mary behind me, who's bawling because her religion has been attacked by Atheism Ireland, and her churches around her are being closed down because of atheists pushing for the destruction of the Catholic Church? But I don't know about you, Anthony, but I'm going to have a lot of fun at the outcome of this referendum. I'm going to have a lot of fun, because just like a Muslim can now come up to me and make fun of my religion and my God, and I'm going to make fun of their religion and their God. I'm going to say, "Oh, what a great God you have, Allah. Oh, what a cool guy he must be, blowing up hundreds of innocent people and children and beheading them. What an amazing God you have, and what an amazing role model Muslim kids have in your prophet Muhammad, because Muhammad is a paedophile." And once again, live on YouTube. You know, we all know that YouTube is owned by Google. Well, fuck you, Google. Muhammad is a paedophile. And I'm going to have so much fun. Anthony's still there. I'm going to have so much fun, because now it's no longer a criminal offence to say those things. And guess what? If they turn around and say, "Oh, you're being racist," I'd say, "Do you not understand English, Mr. Muslim?" Because a racist is somebody who is against your race. The Muslim religion is not a race, it's a religion.
I'm going to watch your stream. I'm going to get up to this.
So I'm gonna have so much fun. But come here, you stay on the phone there, Anthony. I'll end this broadcast and I will talk to you properly, okay? Oh, he's gone. He's going to watch the stream, he said. So yeah, I've nothing more to be said. That was just a bit of fun there, bringing in my buddy. But I'm deadly serious about
saying those things to. I would have no problem saying those things to a person who has who follows the Muslim religion, because if somebody can now do that to a practicing Catholic, then, and it's no longer a criminal offence to use blasphemy against the Catholic Church, then it's also not a criminal offence to be blasphemous towards the Muslim religion. And I mean, I know they're going to hide behind racism and discrimination and whatever else. You see, that's the thing, discrimination. Like, what if a practicing Catholic feels that he or she is being discriminated against in relation to their religion? At the end of the day, right, if you have Mary, who is a 90-year-old who's been a Catholic since the second that she was baptised, right, did her Holy Communion, did her Holy Confirmation, got married, you know, die-hard Catholic, right? So 90-year-old Mary, die-hard Catholic. I mean, at the end of the day, right, blasphemy, right, is when you say the Lord's name in vain and make fun of God or whatever else, right? So at the end of the referendum, if the atheists get their way, and it would be a criminal offence to use blasphemy, then somebody can say whatever they want to Mary about her religion. But what about, like, what if she turns it on? Like, what if this person happens to not be from Ireland? Let's just say, right? Can she turn around to him and say racism? Can she turn around and say discrimination? Because blasphemy is one thing, but discrimination and racism is a completely different thing. And the funny thing is, they won't. That won't be the case, because what will be said is, I'm going way off track here. What will be said is, oh, it's just blasphemy, it's nothing against her race, it's not discriminating. But in reality, it actually is discrimination in essence. But see, this is where it all gets. This is where it's all bullshit. This is why I titled the video "Atheism Bullshit," because it is complete bullshit. And again, I can't wait to have so much fun when I use my right to use blasphemy against the Muslim religion, because that's basically what it is. I now have the right to use blasphemy, because it's no longer a criminal offence. I can't be charged, I can't be arrested for saying those things. So I can stand in Patrick Street and call Muhammad a paedophile. And I can make fun of Allah. Killing in the name of Allah. Killing in the name of Allah. I mean, come on. So I'm going to have so much fun with the outcome of this referendum. But 48 minutes into the video now, I gotta head into work at like 35 minutes. So I do have a tendency of dragging out my videos, whatever they are, whether it's a live gameplay stream or whether it's... I think once I get talking, there's just no shutting me up. So I'm gonna have to try to work on that, really. This is only the second, so it's I will improve with time like a fine wine. But what I'm basically saying is, this blasphemy referendum is bullshit. And the activist atheists who pushed for this referendum are also full of bullshit. Nobody ever gets arrested for taking the Lord's name in vain, which is blasphemy. Right now, in the Irish Constitution, yes, it is listed in the Irish Constitution. It is stated in the Irish Constitution that blasphemy is a criminal offence. That is correct. But should that offend anybody? Fuck no. It should not offend anybody, because again, nobody has ever gotten arrested because of blasphemy. But nonetheless, 3 to 4 million euro of taxpayers' money will be spent to rewrite the Irish Constitution to no longer make blasphemy a criminal offence. So atheists can get their way and they can deliver one final blow to religion, specifically the Catholic Church. But they don't want to hear about the Muslim religion then at all. And I just think that whole situation is just complete and utter bullshit. There are far more serious things happening in this country, you know, than an extremely outdated piece of wording in the Constitution. Absolutely bullshit. So this has been episode 2 of Johnny Talks. There'll be a lot more episodes, and we'll be talking about, you know, a lot more serious things going forward. I mean, I have a lot to say about the Catholic Church. I have a lot to say about organised religion as well, and my overall view on religion to me, and what God means to me, and all of that. So for God's sake, I mean, before I leave, just look around you, wake up and smell the bullshit, and realise that this blasphemy referendum is nothing more than bullshit. And just really ask yourself the question: have you ever been charged or arrested for saying the Lord's name in vain? Or do you know anybody who has? Does it offend you? Is it something that genuinely offends you? Or is it just something that a bunch of your college students who happen to be atheists are just, you know, fucking shoving down your throat, you know, every opportunity they have, and you tend to have to agree with them? Well, how do you feel about it personally? How do you feel about it? Ask yourself that, and hopefully you can realise that it's just complete bullshit, and there's far more important things, serious things happening in the world, like the homeless crisis, you know, that we should be fighting for, you know, and just everything else. It's just far more important things happening in the world than, you know, than oh my God, poor little Jimmy today, he got arrested for saying the Lord's name in vain. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Said nobody ever, because it doesn't happen. It's bullshit. Activist atheists, you're full of bullshit. This referendum is full of bullshit, and it's absolutely sickening that 3 to 4 million euro taxpayers' money is put into this fucking shitty referendum that's absolutely full of bullshit. And you activist atheists can suck my fucking balls, is what you can do. Again, activist atheists. I have all the respect in the world for genuine atheists, but these activist atheists who only want to destroy religion and destroy God, and this is what this referendum is. So thank you for watching episode 2 of Johnny Talks. Really kind of getting into this new series now, and there'll be a lot more episodes to come. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.